So, to begin with, I'm going to explain what I do and why I do it. So, it's not that complicated, and it's going to be a simpler version of it, one that we can just practice today without too much confusion, without adding too many layers to it. So, the beginning of the explanation is using ground red, there are natural holes in that defense. At the beginning of the swing, it's quite a delayed start. So, very early on, there's a big hole where you can take damage. And at the end of the swing, you are usually left quite open as well, unless you start swinging multiple times. But even then, there is quite a big hole in it. And especially if you don't turn your mouse, there's a gap. And in a fast gameplay, that's going to get you killed. So most players will do one of two things to try and fill in that gap, to try and make sure that they don't get hurt. One is to try and block things. ASD, for example, will crouch block at certain times to protect him at the beginning and end of swings. That's not really part of what I do. If you do that, that's absolutely fine. I'm not trying to force you to play my way. But it is always good to be able to have options, to be able to do different things at those times. Because crouch block isn't always the best choice. It is going to get you killed. The other thing that players do to fill in those holes is to turn their mouse. So if I use Bruna, early on in the swing, they usually aim to their left, the earlier part of their swing, and try and use that to protect them early on in the swing. So that anyone coming with yellow or staff can't just run straight in and hit very, very quickly. And then obviously the other half of it is at the end of the swing, they protect themselves like that. And obviously when they do that, they have to move away or jump away because that doesn't last forever. And so what you do is you get a lot of players that stand still a lot, doing this sort of thing and crouching for blocks. And you get a lot of players that will immediately run away all the time and will always be backing off and will always be kind of going into corners and getting pushed around. In my style of things, I don't want to be pushed around. For TUA style, there is an importance to holding your ground and to control space. So obviously at the beginning of this, players will be thinking about not getting chased by staffers and not getting bullied. But really, as you get better, you want to be thinking about, I need to push for space and to hold kind of central space in the map when possible. So the way that I fill in the holes is through movement. Okay.
Will you give him detention?
No, I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here. I'll just wait for him to join. I think I've spoken to Shad before. I think he uses his mic.
Hey,
All right.
Shad.
Hey, Shad. Okay.
Hello.
So I'm recording this, Shad, and I was just explaining the basics of it. So
Okay, go on for this.
what I was explaining is a ground red swing, just very, very basic, has a hole at the beginning and the end of the swing where you can get attacked. And usually yellow or staff or duels will attack in those moments. Most players try to fill in those holes, try to defend those openings with crouching or turning their mouse a lot. And I was getting on to explain that I do it a bit differently. Well, I do it very, very differently. Obviously, I turn my mouse at times, 100%. Everyone does. But the core of what I do is try to maximize movement in order to fill in those holes. So when fighting people, generally speak, well, not every single time I fight someone, and that it's ground red against ground red, I am more mobile than they are. some players try to use a lot of mobility and try to push in a lot, but because I don't turn my mouse a lot and I keep it very central, and I've been practicing this a long time, I am overall more mobile than other singlers. I'm not as tanky as other singlers. I'm not as good at. I'm not crouch blocking or doing as much damage, but I'm more mobile, and that comes from the fact that I started doing this a long time ago, and really just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Relaxing myself when doing my ground red. Instead of focusing on the saber so much, which obviously I do to aim, I focus a lot more on the movement. I don't. A lot of people watch their saber and think about mouse movement in order to play with it. I am the opposite. I feel that I use my movement in order to make use of my ground red. Anything that I do with my mouse is on top of it, like the icing on the cake. It's the additional stuff. It is not a replacement for the movement. It is when the movement's done well or failed, I try to either have a better hit or make up for my failure with a bit of mouse movement. So today, I don't want you guys to be turning with your mouse left or right, only to aim with, as if you're like this. Yes?
No, sorry. I'm used to turn my mouse a lot, so I have to be careful.
Yeah. A lot of this is about habits, breaking down bad habits and picking up new ones. I've been working with Fowl, who's in voice with me, and Lucille a bit recently. And the biggest difficulty, and this is true for most players, is when the enemy comes towards you, if you want to come towards me, Bruna, they'll immediately start aiming to their side. They'll start worrying about them getting in close and them not being able to deal with it. And breaking that habit and instead making them move their feet and not their mouse is kind of the first thing. Because what happens is the moment the players get within hitting range or close, it's all mouse movement. And you'll see them just, even when they're pushing in themselves, they'll suddenly go like that. They'll suddenly turn to their side. Or they'll instantly start turning away like this. And it's a difficult habit to break down. So, when training Lucille and a few others, the first thing kind of to break down is their movement. So, Bruna, if you can fight me for a second, and I'll see how you move. And I'll try and... So he's playing pretty well. Oh, shit. Blocks me like a motherfucker, though. Oh, I should have had you. Oh, you're cheating. Yeah, see, I'm the winner. What Lucille was doing, if Bruna, you can come back. Yeah, I know. I got to turn my cheats on to win at some point. If it's my lesson, I've got to win. What Lucille was doing, and you'll see a lot of players do this, is they were circling. He was circling like this. Lucille's a girl's name in my head, so every time I say Lucille, I say she by accident. This is not a great way of playing because you do not control the distance you two are playing at. And you'll see when Peruna was playing, he was doing more this, which is a cross between doing a square and a circle, like a rounded square, basically. He's focusing on the person that's in front of him, but he's turning in more of a square-like way. This way you can... Oh, it's Adam. You can control distance a lot more. And that is kind of a big part of this. And when you start doing circular movements like this to dodge, you have very little control over the distance. So if Peruna, you want to attack me, ground red, and I'm going to go circular, yes, I can get away, but I can't control exactly how close we're going to be unless I just stop. I'm stuck going in this strafe direction. It's the same as if I do this. Once I do this, I'm stuck in this strafe direction. I can either do that and jump away, or I can stop and die. With the way that me and Peruna were doing it, with the more box-like, if we can fight a second, Peruna, just casually. there's more control over the range of it, and I get more flexibility. I can go in any direction. I can add jumps to it, little jumps like I did. I've got all the range, and I can watch his movement very, very well, and I can react to it. Once you start doing this, you can't see properly unless you're using some extreme range on your view, and you can't really start just doing this because you just open. So it's so important to get used to the fact that you need to stop doing stuff with your mouse so much and do more stuff with your feet. And the last thing that I'm going to mention about why I do this is, if Pruna, you can go to yellow for a second. While I'm like this, as I say, I can go in any direction. I can push forward. I can do a late push forward like this. I can go backwards, sideways, do circles. Once I start swinging like this and my movement stopped because I'm turning my mouse, my options for movement are reduced. I basically, when I do this, I can only move away. And with this, I can change to yellow much, much easier. I can, add jumps in a lot easier. And it becomes much more difficult for a yellower, if you want to attack me, Pruna. Compared to this, see how he killed me? Like, the moment I turned my mouse, he knew what I was doing. He knew what I could and could not do. My options are limited, and he knows he can push in at that point. If you do this against a staffer and start turning your mouse all the time like that, and that's kind of like the core of what you do without good movement, staffers, duelers, yellowers are going to just eat you up because they know they can push in. Because the second I turn, I cannot push towards him anymore. I can't, in some ridiculous way, yes, but it would be useless. I can't actually attack him anymore. But the more, if you want to fight me again, Peruda, the more I do it like this, he has to be, and I know I'm going to get hit. That's always, see, like that, there. He had to stop and turn back. Because I've always got the option of pushing forward. I can strafe, I can move backwards, I can do diagonals or circles. My options are bigger. So you'll notice that when you get better at this, staffers, duelers, and yellowers won't attack you as much because you're in a neutral position and they're thinking to themselves, I'm not sure what they're going to do. So what they're going to do is going to push into this area close to force you to swing and try to work out your decision. They're trying to force you into something. So today, and the core of this, and this is anyone watching this and anyone wanting to practice this, we start off for purely practicing reasons, no turning of the mouse either in this direction or in this direction. We want to break the habit. And you're going to panic and you're going to do it a little bit at times because you've got habits and stuff like that. But you're going to start loosening up your movement. I want you to just aim with the center of the swing like that. And when I say the center of the swing, when the saber is right in front of you, like that. That's how we play. That's the core of it. That's what you need to get good at. That's how you learn the movement and control the range properly. That's your focus. Obviously, you can get closer and everything like that. You can do this and whatever. But for now, no wiggle, and for now, no turning of the mouse. You're going to focus on opening up the movement. Secondly, no yellow and no jumps for attacks. You can jump for defense. If I do this and want to jump away, that's fine. If you're rushing me and I want to backflip away, that's fine. But for now, we're going to do that, and we're going to focus on trying to just aim and move properly. And I want you to attack, and I want you to defend. Don't just start doing this and swinging and falling back all the time. Get used to pushing in and dying. That is the only way you're going to get used to range. It's the only way that you're going to get control of your movement so that you don't go too far. Because what you don't want to do is get this close. Because if Pruna goes red and crouches, if I'm this close, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm almost definitely getting blocked. Unless I crouch as well and completely commit, it's easy for him to block. So you want a bit of range in it to get underneath the swing. So get used to controlling the range in attack and defense. Get used to moving in all directions and not relying on wiggle or block or anything like that. And what you need to do over time is get used to controlling the space in front of you. So if Pruna comes at me with a yellow, I can attack that space in front of me. If I don't attack that space in front of me and I just defend, even Pruna, if you want to attack me, even if I am doing this, I'm still putting myself into a position where I'm going to get pushed back. So the basics of it is get used to the movement, aiming with the center, being neutral. But also the second part of it is then attacking that space in front of you. You can do it once we get into jumps and adding jumps to it all. You can attack with jumps. It's a very good way. But I watch a lot of players get pushed back with yellow duels and stuff into corners and into teammates and into split up from teammates or whatever, losing their shape as a team, basically. You need to get used to pushing back, attacking early, not hesitating, and just not letting the enemy kind of dictate things. That's where I want us to get to. If we can all defend against staffers, defend the space in front of us, and just kind of not rely on our mouse so much, that is a really, really good start. And then we can start talking about how we push together as a team. That's how we start adding mouse movements, wiggle, whatever it is. But for now, that's what I want us to do. And so I'm going to split us off into 2 1v1s, and every 2 minutes we'll switch teammates. After a while, we'll add jumps to it, and then after a while again, we'll add yellow to it. So we're getting used to each stage of it. Okay, everyone?
Yep.
Come on. Jesus Christ. No, okay, Shad, you're against Peruna. Yeah, now you're against Foul. Find 2 different spaces, I'll be in spec.
Is there a better map?
Anywhere you like. I mean, it was either going to be this map or Syndral, because I think Syndral's quite good. Are you turning your mouse, Peruna? Look, you're attacking with the right-hand side. Look at that right-hand side. Where's the center? Oh, you suck at it. You see here now, your problem is, and you have this when you're normally playing, is you're starting your swing from too far away, so that when you get to your enemy, it's run out already. Too far away here now. You've got yourself a habit of swinging too early. That's good, Peruna. Still not central though. Let's have a look at Shad. You got the central bit good, Shad. But your Perunas are doing the attacking though. You're doing well, Shad, but you're not using much strafe. If you try and go to the left and right more, you'll be able to get a better angle because it's kind of just backwards and forwards. And if it's backwards and forwards, you're just going to let him push you every time. Whoever attacks first, second time, and third time. Good hit there, Peruna. Yeah. Well, you keep turning him as Peruna. You are a man of habit. A man of dirty, dirty, horrible habit. Oh, yeah, now it's lagging. Good hit there, Foul. Still turning that mouse a little bit foul. You can see it right there. Yeah, you're doing it there. It's a horrible habit that people can't get out of.
Yeah, but you know, to keep the aiming, you have to turn the mouse. Like you hit and he moves, so you follow him and you turn the mouse, right?
Nah, that's a good point. I'll show everyone it if you want to go. Shad's the only one not doing the turn. If you all want to go spec a sec. apart from Peruna. Oh no, actually, Adam will do fine.
I was enjoying his moment.
Yeah.
So it's something that we used to teach in old TUA, is that let the swing do most of the work. Instead of doing this and start moving your mouse, which means that you're doing most of the work because you're doing it with your mouse, let the swing just naturally swing. So just do that. That's all I'm asking for. A big part of learning how to get better hitting technique is you got to learn how the swing hits without doing anything to it before you start adding mouse turns and extra movement and stuff. Because that's how you learn how high you have to aim and stuff like that, and how easy it is to break swings and stuff like that. So just hit like that. Don't turn. You don't need to turn when you hit. You just need to do that.
But how is it going with because here your opponent was not moving, so you can go straight forward and hit. But if the opponent start to move left and right, then you will follow, and you will during your hit. If your opponent go to the right, then your mouse will aim to the right, so you move the mouse, right? See what I mean?
Do you have a
No,
crosshair?
no crosshair. So you are right. In a match, I would do that. If this was an actual game. But when I'm practicing, because I do practice this exactly how you're doing it myself. No, I don't. I just let the swing go, and if I don't hit, then I don't hit.
Okay. So I go
Because
straight forward, and I don't follow him with mouse movement at all.
no, you just you keep him in the middle of your screen.
Okay.
Because if you want to learn the range and be good at controlling the range of things, you have to start doing it without turning your mouse into the swing.
Okay.
Or
Right, after the next kill, we'll switch players. So I'll wait for someone to kill someone. That's nice, Peruna. Because it also the bigger reason of why I don't turn my mouse in practicing this, if you want to learn how to push forward properly with ground red, you have to do it without turning your mouse. Like it's core to it. Good job. All right, switch. Let's do. Yeah, you now can go over there, and Shad, if you can go up against Foul. Foul. He's behind you, Foul. Of course, I get 100 messages on Discord. Oh, Foul. I see you turning.
Because I cannot touch him. He moved much better. So I want to turn my mouse.
I think I don't know what your sensitivity is, but your sensitivity looks fucking huge.
Yeah, I like have a huge sense.
That means you're not going to get the same control over it,
Mm.
and that's why Shad will outmove you.
it get a little feeling like you try to aim with the move without the mouse. So if you don't use the mouse, you will use left right to aim, and it's different.
Well, that's because of your your high sensitivity, though.
Mm.
Where was I? Yeah. I mean, Shad looks like his sensitivity is so low that he can't turn properly. But
Opposite of me.
it means that he keeps his. He doesn't lose control over it. Like it's not going far away from him. You can also tell that he's used to yellow because he's not starting his swings from as far away as most of the other players do. And I'll have a look at Peruna. Okay, I've got an idea. If you guys want to spectate, and you'll switch players after this. Just so this is something that I used to play with. If I could, yeah, Adam. Fuck. So the other thing that people struggle with, especially when they're not used to doing this, is the range and dealing with the fact that when they swing, it's basically the swing's nearly over when they get there. And so the best way of dealing with that is to just get close before you swing. God damn it, he is such a weird player with that single. Yeah, I'm able to push him back a lot further if I start close like that. You see, when he swung there, I didn't have to dodge or anything. See, he's swinging at nothing. But if I push him close like that, I'm starting my swing a lot closer. I'm getting to kind of this range or something like that before I start my swing. And there's two reasons for it. One, obviously, I can push a lot further into him. But also, it means that I don't have to stress it. If he suddenly crouches or something, and then I'm doing this, oh, it's just easy for me to stop. I'm not trying to like really stretch out very far to hit him because it's crouch blocks will usually happen when you're overstressing hitting him. You have to travel a long distance, and he suddenly pushes forward into you when you're trying to push forward into him. But if you start close and there's not much stress on chasing him down, then it's much easier for you to stop. Like you're more kind of relaxed. You're not stressed about hitting him. Okay, so that's what start your swinging closer. Walk to the person to a closer range, and then start your swing and your movement. So we'll do Shad against now. I think it is. Is that right?
What?
Yeah, Foul against Peruna and Shad against now. I think that's different to before.
He's here, by the way.
Comma.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, hello, my friend.
Hello.
Hello.
You've missed a lot with.
Did you record?
I have indeed. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, Lucille wants the recording, so I made sure that I got it. Sorry, I was reading. It was vintage against no surrender today, and there was I wouldn't say drama, but there was some unhappiness. Oh, nice hit there, Foul. See, Foul's been doing this for longer than the rest of you, specifically. So I reckon he'll probably be good at better at this in some parts than the rest of you. Right, next time we change players, you can add jump attacks. And then we'll finish off with yellow afterwards, just to kind of like get used to how this adds in with everything else. There's a nice rule of thumb, especially in this game. You'll know if somebody's mastered something, or hasn't mastered something, should I say, by how much they use it. If someone uses it all the time for everything, it means they haven't mastered it, because mastering it means that you know the limitations, and there is no one thing that wins against everything and is all powerful. So if you ever see someone just using one thing so much, it means that they haven't realized the limitations yet. You know, Shad was typing there. I thought he was going to say something.
Wait, we go what?
Yeah. All right. If you guys want to change now, this time adding jumps. So whoever you played with originally, so it'd be Shad against Pruna, I think it is, and you're now against Val.
Yeah.
You can add jump attacks, backflips, or whatever you want now in that kind of thing.
Okay.
Nice jump foul. Nice jump, Shad. But it was nice hits by Pruna as well before that. That was a nice hit, Pruna. That was a nice hit, yeah, now. That was really nice, Pruna. Also, something to mention to you guys, because I haven't seen you guys use it very much, is you realize that when you're not moving, your swing has a higher range, right? So if you stand still and swing now, now, because of how the swing works and your footwork works, that's a slightly longer range than if you're moving and doing it. So just as a bit of extra technique, there are times where you absolutely want to stop your movement. It's why one of the reasons why backflip is a good range, doing a backflip with the swing. It's because you've stopped your movement and your model swings out further, like the arms stretch out further.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, fire.
Hello.
This is very good, Peruna. Oh, that, yeah. You will aim with the center. Unbelievable. Disgusting. Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got crisp turn on?
Crisp?
Yeah.
What do you mean by crisp?
If you go into Discord, into sound settings, there's a thing called crisp. KRISP. If you can make sure that's turned on, that would be great.
Crisp should be turned on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. Because we could hear your TV in the background and we could hear your keyboard. Now we can't.
Are you recording, by the way, Matt?
sorry,
Fucking
guys.
Christ, there's so many of you. Yes. I was happier when there were 4 of us. Now there are 7. 8.
But you advertised the event.
I know, but still. Okay, switch, by the way. Yeah, fuck me, switch. I don't care who goes who now, just switch. And for the ones not involved, can you fuck off? If you want to fight in another room, go for it, but don't disturb the ones that have been here since the start. Good job, Val.
The explanation was in the beginning, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to do it again. People have already heard it.
No worries, no worries.
It's recorded. Everything will be on YouTube right after. Nice jump foul. Nice hit shot. Nice jump here now. Right, okay. If you want to spec again, I'll show you one last thing. It'll take 2 seconds. It's really, really short. It's a really thing that's hard to explain, but I'll give it a go. And then we'll add yellow into it. It's not... The focus of it isn't necessarily just to fight against yellow, but it's to see how your yellow combines with it so well. So when you're swinging and this is something that's difficult to explain, but fuck me. You're kind of doing that, and you're going to the side a bit. It's because in your mind, what you're used to is because you're used to the turn, your focus of the hit is slightly to the right of the center of the swing. So the center being when it's right in front of you, when it's at its peak. Really, what you want to be doing is focusing it right there. Because, how to explain it? If you can imagine it like a semicircle that peaks there right in front of you, if you're not focusing on that middle bit, if you're off with it and your movement isn't focused to hitting there, then you are limiting the range of your swing. And you're not getting that longest distance, but also in a way the hardest hitting part of the swing. I know that it's easy to get used to this being such a good way of doing things. It can do a lot of damage and whatever. But from a no wiggle point of view, it works a lot better if you focus on the middle part of it first. Yeah, but and just to add to the standing still thing about range, because this may make things make a lot more sense. So he's going to come up close because it's like what he wants to do. And he's going to get me because I'm kind of allowing it. I'm trying to force one sort of situation, and it's very difficult. Fuck. I'm kind of wanting him to come in a little bit closer at a certain time. I want it to be a bit more organic than just to set it up. Ah, no, fucked it. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, he's one of those people that's going to abuse the opening that I have, that I'm purposely kind of making. There. I can't explain it, but if you can get in a hit like that, even with the tip of your saber, the amount of power you can do without needing to wiggle, without needing to turn your saber is great. And it's once you get it, you focus your hits there all the time. Because in old German players would kind of do this an awful lot. And you focus very much what's in front of you. And it's from a defensive point of view, it's more like that. You don't move so much the old German way, but you keep it in front of you as much as you can. And because you see how I got that block there, you see when he went to push in, my saber hit his. It's once you get used to aiming it right in front of you into that kind of area there, you don't need to move so much. You can get great range on it like that, and it will break through things. And it is a very good way of controlling your swing. Yeah. So the way that when I went over this many years ago with Terra is the putting the saber in front of you is what protects you. So yeah, this is how we kind of trained it back then. But I have changed how I do it a bit. That's why we have different styles, or one of the reasons. Right. Okay. If you guys want to rejoin, and you can add yellow to it. Don't yellow spam and wiggle like crazy to try and win. That's not the purpose of it. Switch between jumps, ground red and yellow, trying to integrate them all together, and get used to kind of fighting against each of them as well. So you can switch players from who you were playing last time. You're starting too far away here now. And like he's starting from the side. Just keep him in the middle, walk up to him. Don't complicate it. Remember, we're trying to maximize movement. That was good control there, Shad. Keep accidentally looking at the wrong people. Good jump, Peruna. Yeah, you see, you're playing with him to your right. I know you're playing with him. That's how you normally play Peruna, with him on your right hand side. But it's restricting your movement, and you're kind of just relying on the fact that you can counter him a bit and get maybe a jump in. Well, that was really nice here now. Nice hit, Shad. That was really good. All right, guys, switch. We'll do this for a little bit more, and then I'm going to go get food. And I will finish with the recording. Feels weird to be talking here when no one else is. How are you doing, Terra?
I'm good. I'm just being quiet because,
Oh, no, I appreciate it, yeah. It was freaking me out a bit.
Yeah, you will just gonna shout like, shut the fuck up, guys. Let me talk.
No.
fairness, this is the longest I've seen Shad ever use Wed.
I know, right? It's like he's a bit like a drug addict where his hands are starting to shake and he's feeling withdrawal symptoms.
I can see the physical pain that he's going through with each swing.
Yeah. But he's done this sort of training before. You can tell. He can do like a very clean swing pretty naturally. Bruno's just being a dick now. He's just waiting for him to run into his saber.
Good for him.
But the most important thing is, I think some of them, Foul and now, I've gotten rid of a lot of their waist movement they used to have. And they're slowly starting to move depending on what the enemy does, rather than just for the sake of it.
Now is using a shorter saber than everyone though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's not joking.
Fireband and Defender are slightly longer.
Yeah,
So
like tiny bit longer.
A
The
little
last
bit.
last two hilts in the list have a slightly longer saber because the hilts are bigger, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
So you're
it
just
is
giving
a
up
thing,
range
okay.
for no reason.
That was a nice hit there, Peruna. I know he didn't do any damage, but it was well aimed. Oh. I like how that match is becoming now a yellow battle. Yeah.
But the middle hits still work with yellow anyway, so it's the idea is fine.
The funny thing is I learned how to do this with yellow before I did with red. Good try there,
Was this before or after running around the bench?
No, this is definitely after. Oh, I've been
Yeah.
running around the bench before you were born, kid.
Not quite, but probably before Pruner was born.
So they've started like 2004, 5 will have been when I first started to do it. He's not
Would
that
have been
young.
earlier
Oh no,
than
he
that.
might.
It would have been 2003 when you played Durio and you were 0-1ing people.
No. I only started in like November 2003. It came out in September. I got it in November. I think I did. You think I was still playing JE Plus at that point? I was still on a 56k modem. What the fuck do you think?
I feel like you've been on that for years, like.
my internet is the best one here, I would say.
And let's be fair, if you played longer in JA Plus, you'd be a bit better by now.
Perhaps. It's funny, I had JK2 for ages. I love that game single player, but I just never played it in multiplayer.
It's because JK2 has a much
Same.
higher skill cap.
Does it now? Is that why you don't play it?
I do play it
No, you don't.
pretty
I bet
regularly.
you don't. I bet you don't have it installed.
How much you want to bet?
I don't know. I just want you to show me. You know, I'm not saying
No,
any
we
money.
we
No.
we
Show
agreed
me.
the stakes
No.
first.
You just
No.
you show me.
No, a bet's a bet. Like
I
what
bet
are the
he's
stakes here?
downloading it now, guys. He's currently downloading it to prove a point.
I'm not downloading it. I'm not paying money for JK2. That'd be insane.
Oh, you don't have it on
Nah, of course
Steam?
not.
What do you have it on?
I don't.
All right. Really nice hit there, Foul. That was lovely. That was lovely. I'd say for individual hits, you and you now have done one really good one each. Probably the two best I've seen of everyone. One of the problems with Shad and Pruner is that they're kind of locked into their styles a lot more. It's harder to change, and they probably don't want to an
Just to
extent.
an extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Shad's been doing his thing for like over a decade now. You can't make too many changes to it.
Yeah. Nice hit foul. See, that's how you should turn in with your saber when you do a hit foul. That's a perfect example. You did the core of it, and then at the point of hitting, then you turned. Most people turn way too early, but you did it really well. Right.
Is anyone going to mention very quickly that Icarus has been playing for 45 minutes and has less frags than Pruner? I don't think he's doing very well at the red training.
It seems quite even between him and Comma. If you guys want to change now, and this will be the last one, and then I'll piss off after.
Yeah, but he's only got 11 frags after 46 minutes.
I'm not going to comment on his style. All right, it's up to him how he plays. He does some things very, very well with red. I just don't think his ground red for, definitely not for attack is effective.
It's very unique. I like it.
It's very skilled. It's very clean. Fuck him up here now. Don't be scared of that yellow. It's a bitch boy's yellow. You can't be taking it. No, nearly got him. Nice Pruner. That Pruner, yeah. He's putting a lot of pressure at this point. Oh. Yeah, now, everyone, Pruner, me, and if Terra's watching can see, you're panicking. Like, you have no confidence here. That's why your swings are all over the place. He is smelling blood due to your panic. Yeah. Gotta have more confidence. Gotta go for the throat.
It's almost as panicked as you were when you were doing the 1v1 against Icarus.
Yeah.
Just hoping that Icarus would let you frag him after a while.
No,
And he
I was
did,
trying.
which was nice of him.
I was trying to make a certain situation. It's not easy to just.
He gave you such a sympathy frag there. He's much nicer than I am.
Oh right, no, I wasn't. It wasn't the frag. That was really nice here. Now, it wasn't looking for a sympathy frag.
He gave you one though. After he killed you twice, just to show you who was in charge.
Yeah. Okay. He killed me more than. I think he killed me 3 times, didn't he?
It's just twice and then you got it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was midway through typing Icarus, you gotta let him kill you at least once when he's demonstrating.
It's so difficult when demonstrating. Like everyone's watching me, I've got to do this one thing. You will fuck it up so often.
Especially if you're not very good.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't just ask me to come in.
yeah, your duels would have been easier.
Wait, what? No, my single.
Oh, you got to aim down, foul when he does that. He went over his head.
Do you talk too much about aiming up and down a bit? And
No,
changing
I just said that against crouch players, aiming down is important. That's why you don't want to be too close. Because if you get right up next to someone, you can't aim down enough to be able to get under the block. But I didn't talk about it. That was nice, Shad. Obviously you turned, but even without the turn, you would have had him. But don't get me wrong, Shad, it's a very natural turn. I'm not trying to stop you from doing it in general. Just,
Because I'm assuming the idea is as long as they're keeping the person in the middle of their swing, it's fine.
Well, yeah, I said just for the purposes of practice, we're going to not do it. To try and just maximize them focusing on movement.
Okay.
Because bad habits are hard to break out of, and if they're all turning, then I swear to God, it'll be difficult. In my opinion, people are doing really well. I think it's gone very well.
Yeah. I think turning's different from wiggling, though.
Yeah, no, I absolutely turn. But I was explaining that when I warm up and stuff, I usually do it without turning a little bit beforehand to try and get the movement.
No one's going to go for your 3-hour warm-up routine, old man.
Okay, because I'm older, it's 3.5 hours now, but that is not the point.
It was 3.5 hours like 15 years ago before.
Anyway, right. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to be here a bit, but I'm going to stop recording now.